I just want to say that less than a year ago, I was told by a doctor in Griffin, when they couldn't tell me what was wrong, that my hands and feet might have to be amputated. I had been laid up since 2011. I couldn't walk. I lost my hair. This hand wouldn't open up. I lost my nails. All kind of things that shouldn't have happened were happening, and a doctor could not tell me why. I went to Emory. My life consisted of doctor's appointments. And that's what I'm going to get to, and that's being healed from that is what got me here today. I grew up in church and called myself a Christian for a long time. As I was looking over my typed out testimony, the word complete surrender kept coming up. And that's what it took me so long to do. That's what I thought that I had done, and I hadn't, because I still wanted to hold on to the things that I wanted to control. And I would pray and say, well, I guess God will heal me when he wants to, and it's all in his timing and all in his will. God was going to heal me when I believed that God was going to heal me. And my life in darkness started at the age of 11 when a family member exposed me to drugs and the adult entertainment industry. By 17, I had lost my second child. 18, I was of legal age to do all kind of stuff that I shouldn't be doing, and I ran with it. In 2009, my mom passed away. It was sudden. She wasn't sick. I got a call. I was actually getting up to get ready for church and got a call saying that I needed to come to Barnesville, that I was going to miss church that morning. And that was the first time that I knew that I didn't know God like I thought I did. And I knew that I needed strength that I didn't have. And so I made that little statement with the pastor and said that I was turning my life over to God. And within no time at all, started walking in my own way again. I had no idea that I was opening myself up to attack of the enemy, because you start going around talking about Jesus, he's going to try to bring you down. And he did. In June of 2011, I got sick and knew that it was something that was not just going to go away. With doctors not being able to tell me what my mother passed of, and not being able to tell me what was going on with me, and me being a mother myself, you can imagine how scary that was. I slept for 6 days one time. That's not natural, you know. I was a single mom. I didn't have any energy. I had pain all in my body. My legs and feet would feel like they were on fire. My fingers and toes would turn blue. No medicine was working. So it was probably July of this year that I'd had enough, and I knew that there had to be some answers somewhere. And I realized that I'd been praying for answers instead of praying for healing, and was pretty much limiting what I thought God could do for me. I knew he could, but didn't think that he would. But he did. He led me to what I needed to see in his word, and taught me how to pray for deliverance. And I did, and I literally felt that illness leave out of my body. The illness that had me on my back for 4 years left my body within that simple prayer, when I believed that he would, and he did. Luke chapter 11, verse 35 says, make sure that your light is not actually darkness. And that's something that sticks out to me more than any other, because I thought I had it together. I thought that I was a Christian. And looking around, without looking in God's word, I was doing better than the people around me. But that's not what God expected. And it was the moment that I decided to get in the Bible, which is something that I had not done. I went to church on Sundays and looked like a Christian and wore a cross around my neck and had the cross t-shirt and all that good stuff, but I had not completely surrendered to God. And it was not until I did completely surrender that he changed my situation, and I know that he will never let me go back there. That's it. That's it.
Let me defeat it by blow the lamb and what we say out of our mouth. Now, I'm going to just paraphrase this a little bit, and I'm going to tell you what inspired me to have Miss Tiffany come. She never did. She did pretty good. You know, and they did pretty good. There's a presence up here, ain't it? It's a presence. Amen. And God is good. But she was laid up for 4 years. Couldn't get out of the bed, and I think you told me your 11-year-old son took care of you. And she had to pull him out of public school and put him in private school because she needs somebody to take care of her. How many of y'all know how family do us sometimes? And what inspired me, she said she got to a point where she only could believe God. She thought she was saved. She was doing everything saved folk do. She was doing all that stuff. But in her heart, she was still contaminated a little bit. And she made up her mind that I'm going to give God 100. I'm going to give you everything that I have. Everything that I have. And I remember a statement, and what inspired me is she said, I don't have time to play because God healed me of a 4-year illness, and now I owe him everything. Are you hearing what I'm saying? I owe him everything. And you only have to be at wit's end before you start thinking like that. Sometimes we take for granted the things that God do for us. The thing he do for us. You told me you were a business owner. She had her own beauty salon right here on Hill Street, downtown Griffin. I know you was nervous up here. You forgot all that. I'm helping you. Yeah, she had to close her business down because she got sick. She couldn't stand on her feet, so she closed her business down. And how many know what you do when you don't have no income? You gotta trust God. So the amazing, and so the thing that amazed me. So I'm gonna share this because this is what amazed me. Even when she was without, because I'm very selective who who you pick to be around you. Even though she had lost her business because of what she had to endure, she was still giving back to the Christian Women's Center. You told me you were doing the hair, going up in the Women's Christian Center doing hair. And I made a statement, a little silly statement, and this is only silly for people whose mind is made up. And I said, what would you ever think about opening your salon back up, getting back busy? And this is what came out. She said, I don't know if that's what God want me to do. It will tie me up and I won't be able to do what he called me to do. Man, you didn't get that. That thing jumped in me like a boa constrictor. Because people are always trying to tie themselves down to something to try to be somebody. But when you realize you're nothing and only God that's in you is what matters, is making him great, making him big, giving, knowing that he's going to give back to you. Pressed down, shaking together, running over. Here's a good thing. She didn't know what it was. The doctor didn't know what it was. But the creator of heaven and earth knew how to heal it. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? What is man that God is always thinking about him? God is thinking about you right now. And I encourage you to get that testimony, because what the enemy do, he'll allow God to do. He'll see God doing great things in us, and he'll say, keep it to yourself. It don't matter. It don't count. Ain't nobody want to hear it no way. Well, the devil heard it today. The devil heard it today. And it don't matter how many attacks he launched against us, no weapon formed against us shall prosper. So it's simply telling us it's not going to work. It's not going to work. So I say that to say this. When God does great things in your life, you are responsible for telling somebody. And then what inspired me, I'm just go ahead and tell my story. She said, I'm ready to serve. That don't come out people's mouth. That's what she told me. She said, I'm a servant. God's called me to serve. I am too. You don't hear that kind of tone. Just got quiet. But that's what moved me. My baby jumped. I came like, so Tiffany, what I'm talking about back there, what she doing? She got babies jumping all around her. Glory to God. Listen, it's time for your baby to jump. Been walking around with all God's stuff in you, laying dormant, settling, making deals with the devil. Devil, no deal. It's time for my baby to jump. What has God called you to do? The thing ought to jump. What does he want you to do? Here it is. He ain't calling you to nothing. He's too great for that. Y'all should be jumping like popcorn right now. But seriously, think about it. Jesus is going to come back here. And I believe this is going to be the conversation that he's going to have with church folk. What did you do with my son? Yep, you filled with the Holy Ghost. Yep, the power of God was all in your life. Yep, but what did you do with what I left you here? If we don't use what God has left us, that means his dying was in vain. There was no reason for him to leave glory, come down here, snatch the keys of hell and death so that you can live. He would have been better off just sitting in glory. And so in this season, that's why we're unchurching ourselves. We're unchurching ourselves. It don't matter how much you go to church. It matters what you do with your assignment. What are you commissioned to do? What did Jesus say he left heaven for? He said, I'm coming that you can have life and you can have life more abundantly. He said, but I'm coming to seek and save those which were lost.